Start with prayers. Om Agyantimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshuhunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Dishtarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivashadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Okay, so we will continue from where we left yesterday. Okay, so yesterday at the end we discussed about these 5 obstacles. Which are there before the stage of Nishtha. And these are there for self-evaluation that one can identify that he has still anarthas in the heart. Next one. Okay, we'll continue. So we discussed these 5 obstacles yesterday. Now today we'll continue from the next topic. Okay, so continuing the topic qualification for Raghunaga Sadhana Bhakti. So in that subtopic, fourth one, here we have, but a Vaidhi sadhaka is dependent on the Shastra till he reaches Bhava. Okay, so till now what we have discussed is Raganuga sadhaka. He is not dependent on the scriptural injunctions as a impetus. Okay, but he very much needs the scriptures to follow the path of Raganuga sadhana bhakti because Shruti Smriti Puranadi Pancharatrikim Vidhim Vina Ekantik Hariyar Bhakti Utpat Eva Kalpate. So any bhakti which is not based on Shastra will be creating Utpat. So whether it is Vaidhi sadhana bhakti or Raganuga sadhana bhakti, it is based on scripture. Okay, just like we saw the example yesterday of getting milk from the cow. So one may like milk, but one has to follow the authorities how to get a cow, how to take the milk out of the cow, and which kind of container one should have, then how to boil the milk, and then how to get the milk and then make some sweet out of it. So these all procedures need to be followed. Just by getting attracted to milk, one will not get milk. So just by getting attracted to a Vrajvasi, one will not obtain that bhava. One has to follow the scriptures. The scriptures describe how to attain it, and that one has to follow to attain that. But his impetus is the attraction to that Vrajavasi, not the injunction of the scriptures. But for a Vaidhi sadhaka, as we know, the injunctions are the impetus is the scriptures. Okay, impetus is Guru Sadhu Shastra. Okay, that we have seen. But after he achieves the stage of bhava, that impetus will change. Okay, and also we saw yesterday the example of the engine. So just like there is a change of engine. Okay, Vaidhi sadhaka has the engine of Shastra, Guru, and Sadhu, that injunctions. But Raganuga sadhaka has the engine of what? The Lobha, greed. For what? Greed to attain the bhava similar to Evrajvasi. Maybe like Mother Yashoda, Nand Maharaj, or Sri Dama, Sudama, Raktak, Patrak, or Lalita Vishakha, like that. So now let us see this topic. Rupa Goswami says, Vaidhi Bhakti Adhikari tu Bhava Virbhavana Avadhi Atra Shastram Tatha Tarkam Anukulam Apekshate. Yes, Kishore Madhaprabhu, you like to read?
Yes, Prabhu. Those qualified for Vaidehi Bhakti are dependent on the rules of scripture and favorable use of logic until the appearance of Bhava Bhakti.
Okay. So very clear that even Vaidhi sadhakas will not have to depend on the rules and regulations. That will not be their impetus when they attain Bhava Bhakti. Okay, why? Because Bhava Bhakti is completely spontaneous stage. So भाव आविर्भाव जब भाव का आविर्भाव होगा, भाव आविर्भाव when it happens, अत्र शास्त्रम तथा तर्कम logic and scriptures. So what happens? They are not the impetus for Vaidhi sadhaka also. For Radhaka, Raganuga sadhaka, it is from the beginning only. Means after they have crossed the stage of anarth nivritti, then they have reached the stage of nishtha, ruchi, asakti. Whenever that greed arises in their heart, they have the change the impetus. Okay, impetus was not Shastra and Tarka. But for Vaidhi sadhaka, it was there all along. Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, it was there that what the scriptures are saying, what the gurus, what the sadhus are saying. But when they attain bhava, then the favorable use of logic and the scriptural impetus will not be there anymore. Does it mean that they stop following scriptures? No, that does not mean. The words are dependence will not be there. Okay, they will not depend on them for doing their activities of bhakti. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. The impetus is not because Guru Sadhu Shastra is telling, the impetus is because they have reached to that stage of bhava where they have already that much spontaneous attraction to Krishna, because of which they are doing. Okay. Okay, please read, Praji.
Because of following after the Ragatmikas, those practicing Raganuga Bhakti practice Bhakti with no limitations. That means that there is no specific rule concerning the time at which they will give up dependence on the rule of scriptures.
Okay. So, because of following after Ragatmika, who is following after Ragatmika? Raga Anuga. The Raganuga practitioner is following after Ragatmika. Okay. So they practice bhakti with no limitations. Again, with no limitation, Jiva Goswami is saying is not meaning that they break four regulatory principles. Okay, not that is not the meaning. They will externally will follow all the rules and regulations. But no limitation means what here? That they have a spontaneous attraction towards this Vrajvasi, Ragatmika devotee. Okay, there that is a kind of spontaneity which is there. Yeah. So there is no specific rule at which time they will give up dependence on rules. Whenever that lobha arises, it may be at the stage of nishtha, it may be at stage of ruchi or asakti. As soon as the lobha arises in their heart by the mercy of Krishna or the devotees, then they will give up the impetus of the scriptures. Okay, but that does not mean, again, I am clarifying, they will not give up the rules of the scripture. They will very much follow the rules of scripture, like chanting 16 rounds, waking up early, doing the morning program, and attending all the prescribed programs by Srila Prabhupada, following four regulative principles. All this they will do. Okay, they will not do against this, but they are not the impetus for him to practice bhakti. Okay, continue.
Is there a limit to how long those practicing Vaidhi Bhakti should depend on the rules? This verse answers. Bhava here means rati or the stage of Bhava Bhakti after Sadhana Bhakti.
Yeah. So this verse is discussing about Vaidhi sadhakas that for them at the stage of bhava they don't have the impetus of rules.
At the stage of rati, the devotee would not commit sin by his nature and thus would not have to consider the rules of scripture. However, his Vaidhi sadhana would influence his bhava and prema, coloring it with awareness of Krishna as the Lord.
Okay, so the first point Jiva Goswami is saying that at the stage of bhava, which is also synonymously told as rati. Okay, so it's a technical term which we will learn in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu later after 19 chapters. So rati is a experience. Okay, I will tell it in short. Rati is a experience at the stage of bhava, and rasa is a experience at the stage of prema. Okay, technically what it means is this: essence of all the things about rati and rasa is these two statements. Okay, rasa and rati both are not synonymous in the sense that they are equal. They are experiences at that stage. Rati is experience. What experience in what? In a relationship with Krishna. Rasa also is a experience only. Okay, but it is more mature, which is at the stage of prema. That's it. Okay. So now he is saying that at the stage of rati, means at the stage of bhava, the devotee will not come in sin by his nature. Why he will not do now? Because he is spontaneously attracted towards Krishna. No, just like the other Vrajvasis are. Okay, or other Vaikuntavasis. And thus would not have to consider the rules of the scripture. So rules of scripture are for whom? Those who are not having spontaneous attraction for Krishna. For them rules of scriptures are there so that they can gradually elevate to this stage. Okay. And then finally he's saying Vaidhi sadhana one is doing. If you remember, we discussed one example going up by lift and staircase. So both are going to reach the 20th floor only. And what was the 20th floor? That was bhava, stage of bhava. But one is going by lift, other one is going by staircase. The staircase is Vaidhi sadhaka and the lift person is Raganuga sadhaka. Both reached the 20th floor, but did they get the same result? No. They didn't get the same result. What is the result for Vaidhi sadhaka? He will have a prema which is colored with the awareness of Krishna as the Lord. And where he will be finding that? He will be finding that in Vaikuntha. And he will be situated in one of the Vaikuntha planets. Okay. Whereas Ragano Sadhaka, because he is following a Vrajvasi who don't have that awareness of Krishna as God, so they will be going to Vraja or Golok Vrindavan, where they will be also seeing Krishna only as their friend or as his son or his lover or his master. Okay, not the master in the sense of awe and reverence, but as a loving master. Okay. Yeah, Shila Vishwanath Thakur's commentary. Yes, Prabhuji.
However, as soon as the greed manifests in him for attaining a bhava similar to that of Rajavasis, and he develops an inclination for Raga Bhakti, the practitioner of Raganuga Bhakti does not depend any longer on scriptural rules and logics. One second, some messages. Thus, it is greatly superior.
Okay. Yeah. So as soon as the greed manifests in him for attaining a bhava similar to that of Rajavasi, he develops an inclination for him. Who is this him? He is a Vaidhi Sadhaka Bhakta. Okay. Who is going towards Bhava Bhakti. So whenever he attains this greed, or then he will do what? Follow Raga Bhakti. And then he will not depend. Okay. Thus it is greatly superior. Yeah.
However, wherever that greed has appeared, it is understood that the person must have studied the scripture in order to attain that greed. It is also necessary to study the scriptures in order to understand the proper sadhana for Raganuga Bhakti.
Yeah, so one should not think that for this Raganuga Bhakti, one don't have to refer any scripture. No, remember the example of the milk, getting the milk, okay, from the cow. One has to know from authentic people how to get the cow, how to milk the cow, how to boil the milk, all these things he has to know. Similarly, just getting attracted to milk, one will not get. Similarly, just getting attracted to Vrajvasi, one will not get it. That similar bhav, one has to study the scriptures in which it is described. Okay, like that. Okay, any questions? Anything anybody want to ask on what we discussed till now? Okay, Premlati Kamata, you have written something. Bharat Maharaj was on the stage of Bhava or Prema. You are asking or you are telling? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm asking you, Prabhu.
Yeah. Bharat Maharaj, Prabhupada explains he is at the stage of Bhava. Yeah, he was at the stage of Bhava because the symptoms were there in him that he had tears in his eyes and other ecstatic symptoms were there. At the stage of Bhava he was. Okay, we'll go ahead. Next topic. So this is a very important discussion as we have understood that it's gradual that one may have the fortune of transiting from Vaidhi to Raganuga. Okay, by how that fortune will come, that will come by Krishna Tad Bhakta Karunya Matra Labhaika Hetuka, by the mercy of Krishna or his devotees. Okay, so how does this happen? Shivaram Swami Maharaj has explained in his book. We will read. Somebody else can read. Nagnijiti Priya Mataji, would you like to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. The gradual transition of a steady devotee from Vaidhi to Raganuga sadhana, Shuddha Bhakti Chintamani, His Holiness Shivaram Swami Maharaj. Steady devotees diligently study Srimad Bhagavatam and respectfully hear of the Lord's many incarnations. But when they read of Krishna's pastime in Vrindavan, they're specially intrigued. They think Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but in Vrindavan, his behavior is charmingly human like. Simply to hear Srila Prabhupada discourse on this phenomena, these devotees eagerly read his Krishna book, where they become struck by Krishna's sweetness and charm and by the innocent love of the Vrajvasis. They repeatedly hear Srila Prabhupada extol the unparalleled loving service of the Vrajvasis. Sometimes such devotees discuss the concept of Vraj Bhakti with their peers and hear about one another's favorite pastimes. At another time, they study the nectar of devotion to increase their devotional insight. They read Chaitanya Charitamrit with a fresh understanding of Lord Chaitanya's teachings and pastimes. While listening to Srila Prabhupada's lecture, they repeatedly hear his summarized Lord Chaitanya's teachings in a way that gives them new perspectives in Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, and the very famous shloka he quotes, Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrajestanyah Taddhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachidupasana Vrajavadhu Vargena Ya Kalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam Prema Pumartho Mahan Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabho Madamidam Tatradharana Parah. Yeah.
The vast majority of these devotees acknowledge the wonder and uniqueness of Krishna's pastimes in Vraja, but are not yet moved to do more than hear about or discuss them. Still, they discuss them happily in the limited scope of reverential regulative devotion. Only later do they acquire inspiration to intensify their relationship with Vraj Bhakti.
Yeah. So here he is saying vast majority of these devotees who are there, they have got some attraction towards the 10th canto pastimes, but they are not yet moved to do more than here. So they are at this stage where they are having that much attraction that they are hearing or discussing them. Okay, not more. Okay, they discuss them happily along with the reverential regulative devotion going on parallelly. Only later do they acquire inspiration to intensify their relationship with Vraj Bhakti. Yeah.
But a few devotees react differently. They do not remain neutral. Heartfelt desire moves them when they hear Krishna's pastimes. They think, I would also like to love and serve Krishna like the Vrajvasis.
Yeah. So this is apart from these devotees who like to hear, there are few more who react differently, and they think, oh, I just don't want to be limited to hearing. I would also like to love and serve Krishna like the Vrajvasis. And this is what is the definition of greed that Rupa Goswami told earlier. Okay.
Although weak at first, this desire gains strength in contact with advanced devotees who explain Krishna consciousness in relationship to Vraja Bhakti. Krishna Tattva, Bhakti Tattva, Prema Tattva, Sara, Bhava Tattva, Rasa Tattva, Leela Tattva, Ara. Krishna consciousness means understanding the truth of Krishna, the truth of devotional service, the truth of love of Godhead, the truth of emotional ecstasy, the truth of transcendental mellows, and the truth of the pastimes of the Lord. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrit Madhya Leela 25.265. Finally, these steady devotees, drawn to Vraja Bhakti, reveal their minds to their spiritual masters. These devotees are the same servants as before and they continue to perform the same duties, but their mood changes.
Yeah. So they are not doing it independently. So when they have actually got that kind of attraction that they wish to serve Krishna in a way similar to Vrajvasi, they reveal their minds to their spiritual masters. And now they don't have the same mood. Same impetus is not there as earlier. The impetus and mood has changed, but the external activities are same. The same chanting goes on, same reading, hearing, same Bhagavatam classes. Everything will go on same. There is no external change. But what has changed? The mindset has changed. Okay.
They now feel a genuine desire to achieve the perfection of the Vrajvasis, and descriptions of the Vrajvasis' service to Krishna dominate their hearts and minds. The spiritual masters are pleased to hear of their disciples' interest because gurus know well the good judgment, sincerity, and advancement of their disciples.
Yeah. So the spiritual masters They are aware of the disciple, what they are having, different aspects of his nature. Yeah, so they guide him accordingly.
Gurus and disciples are intimate associates in Srila Prabhupada's service. Still, the spiritual masters examine their disciples with questions and arguments in order to establish which disciples have real qualification for spontaneous bhakti. When the gurus are satisfied that particular disciples have this qualification, they give them suitable instructions. In other words, even though Vraj Bhakti is spontaneous, no one should enter its practice whimsically. One should always do it under the spiritual master's expert guidance.
Yeah, so as Vaidhi sadhana requires guidance, Raganuga sadhana requires guidance much more actually. Okay, so it may be spontaneous because of the attraction one may feel, but it's not a spontaneous practice. It's a practice based on Shastra and guidance of Guru. But the attraction to a Vrajvasi is spontaneous. That nobody injected him in, or nobody gave, like instructed him that you should do this. He just automatically in his heart he felt that he should serve Krishna in a similar way as one of the Vrajvasi. Okay, so any questions till now what we discussed on this topic? Yes, Kishore Madhav.
Guruji, as you said in Raganuga, is it mandatory to have spiritual guidance from gurus? Because as it is spontaneous, at times they may not even be following any gurus.
Sorry, last speed.
They,
Say the last sentence again.
being spontaneous, they may not necessarily be following any guru as such. They should be on their own. No?
No, no. We have been discussing same thing. This is a misconception. Spontaneous does not mean that you don't follow any scripture or guru. Spontaneous here means I will go back to the same example. Two people wanted to learn cricket. Okay. A and B. B spontaneously was attracted to learn from the videos of Sachin Tendulkar. Okay. That is called spontaneous. The spontaneous word which you are saying is like he spontaneously wants to go to the cricket academy. That means he will not go under any practice, neither through the videos nor from the books. That is C type. And he will not go to international cricket because he did not have proper guidance either by the video or by the books. So spontaneous we are talking about is spontaneous attraction to the video somewhere which is like process given by the Shastra has to be followed. So Raganuga Sadhaka is spontaneous attracted to a Vrajvasi. That attraction is spontaneous. But to attain it, he has to follow Guru's guidance and scriptures.
Bro, but these gopis and Vrajavasis, there is no evidence that they had any formal gurus or something. No?
Yeah, correct. They don't have any gurus. We will discuss that question is going to come. Okay, Vishwanath Thakur will address. Rup
Okay,
Goswami has already addressed that. Yeah, it will come.
okay, bro.
Yeah, okay. Prem Latika Mataji.
Prabhuji, I was just thinking about Bharat Maharaj. He was
Huh.
on the stage of Bhava. Still,
Hmm.
the fall down happened, you know.
Hmm.
So, no matter at what stage you are,
Hmm.
you may get trapped by the Maya. Is this
Hmm.
applicable to Raganuga Bhaktas also?
Yeah, correct. This is applicable. And Prabhupada has cautioned, and ahead also it will come. Shiramara also will caution that any kind of sadhaka, as you rightly said, that even bhava stage somebody can fall. So what to speak of sadhaka? They can surely, and we have seen many examples also of that. So that's why here we are. Maharaj is saying that guidance is so much required, and one has to understand it is only after the stage of anarth nivritti. Before that, it is not actually greed; it is a semblance of greed. Okay, even though one may feel that attraction, and then it has to be, even though one has got that stage of nishtha and the proper greed, then it has to be done based on the scriptures and guidance of guru. So if one has taken all this care, then it's a very bona fide path, and it's a protected path where one can attain the higher stages. Okay, but as we understand that this is a material world and anything can happen at any time, even though we have seen devotees may be following even Vaidhi sadhaka, properly following the scriptures and instruction of guru, but at any time there can be any mishap. Okay, that is there always. So Prabhupada asked, you are giving so much today only morning Bhagavatam class. We heard that you are giving initiation to so many sannyasis. What if they fall down tomorrow? Prabhupada gave the example that today the vegetables are fresh. So you don't
Mm-hmm.
ask whether they will become stale tomorrow. Today it is
Mm-hmm.
fresh, you use it. Means use in the sense they you do the proper needful. So devotees are there, you give them sannyas. They will do the things, but there will be some mishap will always be there. Prabhupada would also say many times, just like in a battle or in a fight, there will be always some people who will die. That does not mean we should not fight or we should not protect the country. So this is the things. Okay, that like there is always a thing that, oh, we may commit Vaishnava aparadh in association of devotee, but that does not mean that we will not associate with devotees. Just like fire can burn, that does not mean we will never use fire whole life. No, fire
Mm-hmm.
can burn, we will use it properly. Like that is the sadhana process, whether Vaidi or Raganuga also. Both has to be used as one's qualification, but with caution. Is it
That
okay?
means constant alertness from
Any sadhana,
uh,
Vaidi, Raganuga,
constant. There means
yeah.
that means you need to be constantly alert about everything. What is being taught, what are yam and what is niyam. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes, yeah. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Okay, okay, we'll continue. So there is a topic which I am not going to take. This will make the thing very elaborate. But this topic is basically, as we know, in our Sampradaya, Srila Prabhupada and Bhakti Thakur seem to not, it seems that they have not taught Raganuga sadhana. Okay, and it's there, the impression is there in many of the devotees' mind that it seems that, oh, Prabhupada and Bhakti Thakur actually told not to practice it and they spoke against it. So there is a history to that, why there is a impression in the mind of devotee like that, that is discussed in this topic. I'm not going to go in detail. Okay, we will see at the end if devotees want, but I'll just tell in short what is there. Hmm. Okay, so Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he instructed Srila Swarup Damodar Goswami to disseminate rasa upasana, the process of bhajana included with rasa. Okay, inculcated with rasa. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught. What Swarup Damodar Goswami did, he taught it to two people. Okay, one was Vakreshwar Pandit. Vakreshwar Pandit. Okay, who used to dance 72 hours, you may remember. And second was Raghunath Das Goswami. These two people, what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught to him, he taught to these two people. For Vakreshwar Pandit, he taught the path which is external Bahipantha, okay, which is mentioned here, second one, okay. And Raghunath Das Goswami taught the first path which is called as Antapantha, internal means of attainment. Okay, what are they? In short, internal means of attainment is by the means of chanting, reading, hearing, all these things. Okay, all the nine limbs of bhakti. One attains the respective qualification to attain the bhava bhakti. Okay, by this. By these processes, one will have cleansing of heart and one will attain bhava bhakti. What is external path is the Siddha Pranali mantra, which we have heard, where the guru gives a particular designation to disciple that your swarupa in the spiritual world is this, and you can now meditate on this and you can attain it. This is external path. Whom it was given? Vakreshwar Pandit. Vakreshwar Pandit, he taught it to his disciple Gopal Guru Goswami. Okay. And Gopal Guru Goswami taught it to his disciple Dhyan Chandra Goswami. Okay. He wrote a book, Gaur Govind Archana Smarana Paddhati. Okay. Where the external path is mentioned, how one can practice the Siddha Deha given by his Guru. Okay. and he can perfect it throughout by practice of the particular sadhana given in this book, Gaur Govind Archana Smarana Paddhati. Okay, this is a bona fide path given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this parampara. But later it was misused by Radhakund Babaji's, that they used to prematurely give this Siddha Deha to people, okay, who did not have the qualification. And then they used to do all the illicit activities and then also do this meditation. And then it was misused in that way. That's why Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur and Prabhupada, they stopped the usage of the Siddha Pranali mantra and Siddha Deha. So this path was not opted up by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur because of the misuse. Okay, that is the background. Now there was another path which was the internal path of reading, hearing, chanting, and first getting internal purification, which Raghunath Das Goswami wrote in his book called Manasiksha. Okay, and he taught how to internally first get purified, and then the holy name will reveal the Siddha Deha, which one can attain at the stage of Bhava when he is there. Okay, that was Manasiksha, and that is a very safe path because there is no external things given prematurely. If one is actually qualified and he has got the purification of heart by reading, hearing, chanting, then he will automatically get the mercy of Krishna and his devotees and understand, okay, this should be my Swarupa. Okay, so that is a very, very safe path. And that path is what recommended by Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and Srila Prabhupada. Okay, so this is in short of the whole topic. Okay, there are many slides on this which I am not going to discuss. You can read it. I will share it later. Okay. Okay, there is a topic about how it was misused. Okay, what was the first misuse? Here it's mentioned. So they laid an exclusive emphasis on attainment of mood of Radha's Manjari and Gopis, and they started to offend other devotees who used to uh, follow in the path of Mother Yashoda or other rasas like Sakhya, Dasya ras and Vatsalya ras. So they started offending devotees. And like that, there are three misuses which are mentioned here. Okay, and certain kind of deviation started. So now this Siddha Pranali, is it not bona fide? No, it is bona fide method given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but problem is that it was misused. Okay, problem is not with the process, problem is with the person who misused it, because it was misused so vehemently. And at the time of Bhaktivinoda Thakur there were so many apasampradayas, 13 apasampradayas, because of misuse actually. Okay, and then he had to completely reform the society and just base it on the whole Raganuga sadhana was based on Manasiksha then again, which Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur followed it. Okay, so it seems apparently he did not teach. So many people actually uh, criticize Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and even our Srila Prabhupada that they have only taught Vaidhi Bhakti. They have never spoken anything in Raganuga Bhakti in their lectures. Why they have not spoken is for this reason, because it was misused vehemently. And they have understood that by following the path of Raghunath Das Goswami, the path of internal purification, it will gradually occur to genuine and sincere practitioners. Okay, the holy name will reveal to them. Okay, satesham satatyuktanam bhajtam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upyantite. Those who are sincere devotees, for them the path will be revealed and what they have to do and to how to attain it. So that was taught by Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur. So externally they did not teach, but they left it to the sincerity of the devotees. That's what is Srila Prabhupada also. Okay, so there are many things on this. So few quotes are there. So we will just read to understand that Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur actually did not, you know, outcast, made the Raganuga sadhana outcast kind of thing. But he was in favor of it, but not the external practice. Okay, yes, somebody can read. Mukund Padpuru, would you like to read?
Resolving the controversy about Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Bhaktisiddhanta says, you should not mistakenly consider Anartha Nivritti as Prayojan, for one thus surmising can never enter into Artha Pravritti. Therefore, I will begin speaking about Ashtakaliya Leela. Let those who have chanted Harinam for for 15 or 20 years hear such topics. Do not think that Ashtakaliya Leela is the property of Prakrut Sahajas. It is actually our affair. It has to be retrieved from the hands of those cheaters.
Yeah, so this is published in Gaudiya 13.214. Okay, so Prabhupada is Bhaktivinoda Thakur Srila Prabhupada is saying that those who have actually attained sufficient internal purification by chanting, for them it is. Okay, it is not for the Sahajiyas. Okay, yeah. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur also had a logo which had Vidhi Marg and Raga Marg parallel to each one of them. And Prabhupada also at the Mayapur ISKCON gate, if you see, he has made this whole logo at the gate. It is there. Okay. Yeah, now Prabhupada's few quotations are there. We will just read one or two. Yeah, please read here.
Although there may be a Radha Krishna Vigraha or form, the worship of the neophyte devotees is acceptable as Lakshmi Narayan worship. Worship according to the Pancharatrika Vidhi is called Vidhi Marg, and worship according to the Bhagavad Vidhi principle is called Ragamarg. The principle of Ragmarg are especially meant for devotees who are elevated to the Vrindavan platform. The inhabitants of Vrindavana are actually on the Ragmarg or Bhagavat Marg. They participate in five basic rasas: Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, Madhurya, and Shanta. Srimad Bhagavatam. Purport. My Guru
Okay.
Maharaj introduced.
Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, from here.
The following letter encapsulated Bhaktisiddhanta's teachings and view on Raganuga Sadhana. The Ashtakaliya Leela and related topics that you have heard about from Vaishnavas in Vrindavan is undoubtedly worshipable. Yet, how these pastimes are conceived in the state of infestation by anarthas is not at all worshipable. By repeated chanting, a special individual is capable of knowledge mm, is capable of knowing these matters, which is the identity of the Swarupa. By attaining Anartha Nivrutti, one's Swarupa is automatically awakened, and the eternal mode of thinking that is inhale in, to it manifests. Those who profess to teach or reveal this identity are deceitful, and it cannot be done.
Yeah, so basically he's saying that before Anarth Nivriti or during Anarth Nivriti, it is not worshipable, as he told in the previous slide. It's not at all worshipable. Okay. Yeah.
On the other hand, if a devotee receives some inspiration after sincerely chanting for a long time, he should go to the Sadguru or an advanced devotee and ask that it be confirmed and purified by him. The Swarupa has 11 Ekadasha aspects. There are many cases of unscrupulous gurus who artificially force feed these topics to unqualified practitioners, yet that cannot be called a symptom of spiritual perfection. Those who have achieved a Swarup Siddhi gain such realizations through internal revelation. The Guru's only involvement is to assist his disciples' ongoing advancements. As a sadhaka progresses towards Siddhi, all these things are naturally revealed within the seven Mukha heart. Bhaktisiddhanta later. So, by the grace of Guru and advanced devotees, all is revealed. But a formal Siddha Pranali is not necessary.
Yeah. So the focus here is that as one is reading, hearing, chanting, then a way purification of heart will happen. And when he has sufficiently got his heart purified, there may be a greed developed, and then which will be confirmed by Guru, and the process will be given by Guru how to mature it, and one can attain that particular greed which is matured in bhava. But it is not that a formal Siddha Pranali is needed, because as we told that Bhaktivedanta Thakur more focused on internal path, not external. Okay, and there are many other references also that, yeah. So here he has told Bhaktivedanta and his faithful followers, therefore, emphasize the internal path of Manasiksha. Okay, which is almost impossible to counterfeit. Means uh, nobody can do it without actual purification of heart. Nobody can show external show of humility always, and constantly chanting Krishna's name, and those things 1 or 2 days they will do, but they cannot do it externally. But externally they can show all the crying and all the different kind of stuff which between Krishna and gopis happen. But one cannot do the internal practices without having the sufficient purification. No one can imitate it externally. Yeah. Okay. Any question on? Okay, we will just discuss this and then take any question if it is there. So now he has told a topic. This is by Shivaram Swami Maharaj. Don't let the pendulum swing to the other end. The issue of ultra conservative approach. So what is the one side of the pendulum? That everything is sahajiya. Okay. Everybody practicing sahaja. Other side of the pendulum is that no one should do it. No one is qualified only. Why no one is qualified? Because there has been misuse earlier. There was misuse earlier, so now nobody should do it. And second extreme is if anybody is doing it, he is sahaja. Okay, so what is the balance or the mean that he is saying here? Okay, somebody else can read. Hmm. Yeah, Esha Mataji, you want to read? Hmm. Okay. Somebody else can read. Yeah, Yamuna Vilas too.
Yes, Praji. Because the Gaudiya Vaishnava history is fraught with nasty deviations due to a premature acceptance of the Raganuga path, many may wrongly deduce that Raganuga is something from which to protect practicing devotees. They may think, let devotees practice regulative devotional service and find out about spontaneous devotion when they are liberated.
Yeah, and this actually many devotees in ISKCON think not that because they are abnormal, they are normal, but they are overprotective. Okay, why they are overprotective? Because of the misuse earlier. Even genuine practitioners also are discouraged. Okay, and even though they may want to do it under guidance only, but they are also discouraged. The word Raganuga itself is like Sahajya in ISKCON many times, because either they have not studied the topic properly, or the misuse has gone so much into their minds that they think anybody trying to go into it means they are deviating. Okay, yeah, continue.
This ultra conservative attitude may appear valid to some devotees, but it is not the attitude of the Vaishnava acharyas, including Srila Prabhupada. True, many people have been led off the path of pure devotion in the name of Raganuga Bhakti. That phenomenon should not be ignored or allowed to grow. But Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, sorry, just a second. Yeah. But Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur reasons that the fault is not with spontaneous devotion but with its false teachers. Ignoring Raganuga Bhakti, he writes, has not made it unimportant. Indeed, he goes on to say that preventive and discouraging methods do not offer any positive cure for such abuse and have, as a matter of fact, been found to be practically useless.
So if the people take it too much preventive approach, then those who are either genuine or fake, both will go outside the community or ISKCON to search for it. And there is no dearth of literatures speaking about these kind of things outside ISKCON. So many people can go and read so many things and go to so many Babajis and all these things they'll start doing. If the genuine practitioners are not encouraged to practice genuinely under the guidance of Guru and based on scriptures. Okay. So that's what Shivram Maharaj is saying here. Don't let the pendulum go to the other end, that people will feel choked up. Yeah.
This comment is relevant to ISKCON, particularly in light of recent unsuccessful attempts by our leadership to restrict the study of spontaneous devotion. Resolutions have done nothing to stem the tide of growing interest in this subject. If anything, they have done the opposite.
Yeah. So basically, the leadership wanted to keep the devotee protected by restricting the study of this thing at all. So what has happened? They have gone outside to study. Okay. So it has done the opposite.
Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur recommends intensive counter propaganda. We should present the right conception of spontaneous devotion and thus stem the tide of immature practice. He explains that spontaneous devotion is part and parcel of the soul and cannot be ignored. Instead, it should be understood through the teachings of Rup Goswami by devotees surrendered to the lotus feet of their spiritual masters.
Yeah. So the best method to counteract is what? To give proper knowledge. The intensive counter propaganda is what? Give the right conception of the topic. So those who are genuine practitioners will understand, okay, we should do it under the guidance based on scriptures. And those who are not genuine will neither do it inside nor do it outside also. Okay, they'll create headache inside also, they'll create headache outside also. Those who are fake practitioners and they just want to do it to gain some appreciation or gain some popularity. Okay, so those things we don't have to care much. Those are fake. Genuine people should be protected. How they should be protected? By giving right conception inside the community, inside the society. Okay. Yeah. Any questions till now?
So, Prabhu, shall we read the book Manasa Shiksha by Raghunath Das Goswami or not?
Yeah. In ISKCON it is published by Sachinandan Swami Maharaj, Shivaram Maharaj, and Urmila Mataji, and Bhakti Vigyan Goswami Maharaj, and Jayadvaita Swami Maharaj. These five devotees have written commentary on this book. It's a thick book, okay, and like maybe like yeah, around 600 700 pages. These five devotees have written commentary because it's very very important book. But again, as it is told, it is under guidance. One can read, okay, and it's nothing. It talks only about instructing the mind, mana siksha, instructing the mind, siksha for mind. Okay, and it talks about how one should give up greed. Greed, matlab not this spontaneous wala, but lust, anger, greed, envy, illusion, pride wala. Okay, and the good practices, so that one can be ready to receive the Raghunath Sadhana seed. Okay, those things are there. So when we can read Prabhupada books first, and then after that we can read this book, which is by Raghunath Das Goswami. Okay, and if we wish to want to read early, then we can take guidance from the representative of our guru, and with their
Balram,
permission we can do. Yeah.
Balram Shakti Prabhuji takes classes upon Manasa Shiksha, no?
So Prabhuji will explain in the beginning of the course who can attend this course. So accordingly you can see who can
Yes,
attend the course. He will tell. So if you are qualified, you can attend. Yeah.
no, I'm not qualified, that's why I asked you,
No, no, no.
Prabhuji.
I'm not saying to you. Sorry, I'm saying to anybody who
Oh,
is wanting to read like this book. Okay, that is nothing esoteric, but the every facilitator of the course will tell what is the qualification needed to read that book. And if we are
hmm,
genuinely qualified, we should read. If we are not reading, we are qualified, we are not reading. That in it is then it is disservice. Okay, and if we are not qualified and we are reading, then also it is disservice. So we should do what we are qualified for. Okay, that is the point.
hmm.
Okay. Any other question? Okay. So I did not discuss everything in this slide. I will share it later. You can read later if you are interested. But in essence, I have told why Srila Prabhupada and Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur seem to not have given this concept of Raganuga sadhana at all, because it was misused vehemently, and they have given an internal path which only qualified devotees can access. Okay, that is the point. Okay, now we'll go back to the NOD 16th chapter. Okay, and now Rupa Goswami will tell in the next slok. Till now, two shlokas were told that what is the qualification for Raganuga sadhana. What are the qualification? Very simple. The primary qualification is one should have a greed to attain a bhava similar to a Vrajvasi. Okay, one should feel that spontaneous attraction. Oh, how they are serving Krishna, I also want to serve. Okay, like that he should have a attraction. But it's not spontaneous practice. Practice is based on the scriptures that will be told now. Okay, now next topic, practice how. So what are the four essential elements? Krishna smaranam, Krishna smaranjanam chasya, preshtham nij samihitam, tat tat katha rataschaso kuryad vasam raje sada. Yes, Yamuna Vilas.
Remembering the Vrindavan form of Krishna and his dear associates who have inclination for service similar to one's own, observing oneself in hearing topics related to them, one should always live in Vraja.
Yeah, so what are the practices? First is Krishnam Smaran. सेकंड जन्म च अस्य और उनके जनों को भी. ओके, फर्स्ट इज रिमेंबर कृष्णा as well as his dear devotees. Okay, then preshtham nij samihitam. Okay, that who is very dear to Krishna as well as nij samihitam means suitable for one's bhav. Like one may feel attraction for Yashoda Mai, somebody may feel attraction for Nand Baba or Lalita Vishaka. So nij samihitam is as per one's attraction. Okay, that particular person one should choose who have inclination for service similar to one's own. Yeah, nij samihitam. And then थर्ड तत्तद कथा रतस, उनके कथा में रत होना है, ऐसा बोल रहे हैं. हाँ, सो वन हैज टू बिकम absorbed in hearing topics related to them. Who are them? Two people, Krishna and his dear associates. These two people's topics we have to hear. And fourth, kuryad vasam, one should stay vraje always, sada, one should always live in vraja. Okay, yeah, please read.
Now starts the description of the method of Raganuga sadhana. One should remember the most dear form of Krishna, Preshtam Krishnam, the son of Nanda of Kaishora age, and the devotees of that particular form of Krishna, Asya Janam, who have the same types of desire for serving Krishna as oneself, Nija Samihitam.
Hmm. So now Jiva Goswami is, sorry, Vishwanath Thakur is saying one should remember the most dear form of Krishna. Which Krishna? Vraja Krishna. Who is there? That is son of Nanda of Kaishore age, particular age, and not Dwarka Krishna, the son of Nanda. And the devotees of that particular form of Krishna, Asya Janam. Okay, and what kind of devotees? Who have the same type of desires as oneself. So one is attracted to Vatsalya Bhav, so he should be thinking about like Mother Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, similar Bhava person. Yeah.
Remembering such devotees, one should live in Vraja. If possible, one should physically live in Vrindavan, the place where Krishna resided as Nanda's son. If one cannot do that, one should live there mentally.
Yeah. So one should live there physically if possible. Otherwise, live there mentally. Okay. So it's not that everyone who is a Raganuga practitioner has to shift to Raja. It's not like that. Already there is so much of traffic jam and so much of commotion there. You don't have to go and increase it. Okay. And jam-packed Mangalarti and whole Kartik festival, everything. Okay. So one don't have to go and increase that. One can do it mentally also. If possible, one should go. Okay. And stay there. Yeah. Now other elements of practice. Second, the right kind of meditation for a Raganu sadhaka. What is the right kind of meditation? Yeah, this is from Shuddha Bhakti Chintamani. Yeah, continue.
Okay. The bona fide meditation is to remember the activities of the Vrajvasis to whom one has become attracted. For example, devotees attracted to the service of the cowherd boy Sridama may meditate on the Sridama's beautiful features, how he jokes and plays with Krishna, how he tends cows during this day, and so on. Devotees attracted to the service of Rupa Manjari, the Siddha Rupa of Rupa Goswami, may meditate on how Rupa Manjari accompanies Srimati Radharani to her meetings with Krishna, how she anoints the divine couple with sandalwood paste, and how she fans them with a whisk.
Yeah. So these are the meditations suitable. Now, how will I know which Vrajvasi to follow? This is a question many devotees have. Okay, all said and done, good. We should do when we are qualified. But how that we will know that whom we have to follow? Okay. So much opportunity alternatives are available. Whole Krishna book, so many characters are there. Who is that person whom I have to follow? Will the guru tell me, or some inspiration will come in heart? So that will be answered. Yeah.
The, the truth is that devotees qualified to cultivate such a relationship would not ask this question. The devotee's original relationship with Krishna is dormant within them. It is not something that is whimsically adopted.
So if anybody asking this question, you can understand he is not qualified. Okay. Because with the qualification comes all the details. Okay. Which he is actually having original relationship with Krishna. That all will be already coming to his heart. Okay. With the greed. So when he is getting attracted to certain Vrajvasi, that itself was the qualification, right? If you remember, the qualification of Raghavana sadhana is lubdha or greed to attain a bhava of a particular Vrajvasi. That means he already knows that this Vrajvasi's attraction or service looks very nice to me. So he will automatically start following. So nobody will ask this question. So it's nothing to be artificially or whimsically adopted, but it's organically comes to one's heart. Okay.
A natural and special appreciation for the pastimes of Krishna awakens in qualified devotees as they hear Srimad Bhagavatam and chant Hare Krishna. By continuously hearing and chanting, a sincere devotee is naturally drawn to a particular mood of service and to a particular Vrajvasi.
Yeah. So again, see the focus is on internal path. Now Maharaj is not saying that you will receive a Siddha Pranali mantra, you will receive a Siddha Deha from Guru, he will tell your Ekadash Bhav, and then you start meditating on it. No. The path is internal path. Anta Panta given by Raghunath Das Goswami. Okay. That is internal path. What is the internal path? Reading, hearing, chanting, and purifying the heart. Okay. And that itself will continue to follow the particular Vrajvasi as he's saying. Yeah.
In this regard, Srila Prabhupada writes, special natural appreciation of the description of a particular pastime of Godhead indicates the constitutional position of a living entity. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adilila 434.
So, Prabhupada's reference Maharaj is giving that special natural appreciation of the descriptions of a particular pastimes. Okay, it's not a external appreciation based on our material likings. Okay, so somebody may like, suppose, particular pastime because of his material liking. Like somebody likes the pastime of Brahma Vimohan Lila because he likes curd rice. So he likes that pastime because Krishna in that pastime eats curd rice with pickle. I also like. So maybe yeah, that pastime is my favorite. It's not based on material liking. Okay, it is based on spiritual liking. Okay. And if it is based on material liking, it will slowly and gradually diminish. One cannot sustain that practice. If it is based on spiritual liking, then one will continue and go on practicing and develop it more and more. That is a check whether it is genuine or based on material liking. Okay. Fourth, prerequisite for remembering Krishna and the Vrajvasis. So now we understood that one of the four things was remembering Krishna and his devotee, right? Krishnam smaran janam chasya preshtam nij samihitam. That was the first two. So what are the prerequisites for remembering? Yeah.
How does the devotee remember Krishna and his associates? Since one cannot practice remembrance, Marana, artificially, one must have two prerequisites. First, purity of heart, and second, suitable knowledge.
So purity of heart will come by reading, hearing, chanting over the years. Anarth nivritti will happen. Suitable knowledge also one will get by reading particular books like Shrimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita.
Purity of heart makes the mind peaceful enough to enter the thoughts of Vrindavan. Knowledge of the Vrajvasi's pastimes, features, and qualities provide the subject matter in which to immerse the mind. In this regard, Srila Prabhupada was fond of quoting the following two verses from Narottam Das Thakur.
Yeah, so two aspects which are both going hand to hand or parallel like railway lines. Purity, if it is not there, then one will not have a peaceful mind to meditate. So even though one may have knowledge of the pastimes and features, he cannot meditate because nashta prayeshu abhadreshu, that has not happened. The abhadras are there in heart. So bhakti bhavati naistiki will not happen. Steady mind will not be there. Steadiness is not there. So without a steady mind, one will not be able to meditate. And if the knowledge is also not there, even though he has a steady mind, the mind will be blank. He doesn't know that what are the pastimes of Krishna with particular associate, okay, and what are the features of Krishna, uh, and what are different qualities, whatever is there, that will not come to mind, even though mind is steady and peaceful. So Prabhupada was fond of quoting, yeah, this read.
विषयाचारिया कबे शुद्ध हैबे मन कबे नहम हेरेबे Sri Vrindavana. When the mind is completely purified, being freed from all material anxieties and desires, then I shall be able to understand Vrindavan and the conjugal love of Radha and Krishna, and then my spiritual life will be successful. रूप रघुनाथ पदे हईबे आकुति कबे हम बुझाब से युगल प्रीति. When shall I when shall I be very much eager to study the books left by the six Goswamis, headed by Srila Rupa Goswami and Srila Raghunath Das Goswami? By their instructions, I shall be able to properly understand the loving affairs of Radha and Krishna. Pratna 1.38 to 4.
Yeah, so many times devotees think Rupa Raghunatha Pade Hoiba Akute means I should be attracted to their lotus feet. No, here Pada is translated by Prabhupada as reading their books. Okay, properly reading their books. Okay, how? Because Pada also means the stanzas or the shlokas composed by them. Okay, Rupa Raghunatha Pade means their compositions, books. Okay, not only their lotus feet. Yeah, continue.
Devotees must first achieve freedom from material contamination by practicing the step by step process of regulative devotion outlined by Rupa Goswami. The mind then purified, they can gain knowledge of Vrindavan from the books of the six Goswamis and their authorized followers in the line of four founder Acharya. Sorry, in the line of our founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada.
Yeah. Fifth topic, he is saying development of attraction to Vrindavan is gradual. Okay, it's not overnight. Oh, today I came to know in Bhakti Shastri that what is Raganuga Sadhana. I also feel attracted, so I think tomorrow I should start. Not like that. Yeah, continue.
Attraction to a resident of Vrindavan develops in stages. First, a general attraction for a particular devotional mood arises, perhaps friendship or conjugal love. Next, a specific attraction to devotees who render service in that mood develops.
Yeah, so one may think, oh, that I should have greed for a particular Vrajvasi. So maybe I should go to the books and search whom I should be attracted to. No, like that artificially we don't have to do. It should come organically. Okay, we should read everything what is there in Bhagavatam, first 9 cantos, and then go to 10th canto gradually. And we should know about all characters. We should not ourselves try to focus artificially. But it will so happen that we will have certain attraction to a particular rasa sometime, either Madhurya ras, Vatsalya ras, Sakhya ras, or Dasya ras. And then when that gradually that attraction increases of that particular rasa, we will automatically choose a particular devotee and feel attracted to that particular personality, and we would want to serve Krishna like him. Okay, like that. It will gradually happen. Yeah, continue. Yamuna will ask. Hare Krishna. Okay, somebody else want to read. Premlatika Mataji, you want to read?
Uh, the last to awaken when taste and attachment have matured is attraction to a specific Vrajavasi. When the devotees reach the stage of Bhava Bhakti, they are no longer at the stage of practice. Relation confirms or modifies their spiritual identity and the particulars of who they are following in Vraja.
Yeah, so it will happen gradually. One doesn't have to do artificially. That's what he's saying. So, and genuine Raghunath sadhana bhakti cannot be imitated. Okay, can be done 1 or 2 days, and if it is based on material attraction, I also like to serve my child so nicely. Maybe I should become Mother Yashoda. If it is there like that material attraction based on some material inclinations, it will be there for 1 way, 1 day, 2 day, 1 week, 2 week. After that, that person will forget also that I was trying to follow Mother Yashoda. Okay, yeah. Read.
Even after cultivating mountains of knowledge, however, devotees cannot remember Krishna and his associate without mental purity. The mind plays an essential role in remembrance and hence in spontaneous practice. Therefore, genuine Raganuga Bhakti cannot be imitated.
Yeah, if the mind is not pure, then again mind will get attracted to the sense gratification, and that steady meditation will never happen. Yeah.
Devotees either have control of the mind or they do not. Mental
Hmm.
control and meditations are pillars of the Eightfold Yoga system, and as such, they play important roles in Bhakti Yoga.
Yeah. So
In,
now internal and external practices will be told in the next shloka by Rupa Goswami. Okay. Any questions till now? Okay. We'll continue. Okay. So till now Rupa Goswami told what is the qualification. That greed is the qualification. Second was practice of Raganuga, 4 elements of it. That is what Krishnam Smarana Janam Chasya means remembering Krishna and his devotees who are having a bhava similar to one's own inclination. And then next is Krishnam Smaran Janam Chasya Preshtham Nij Samihitam Tattad Katha Ratas Chaso. And one should hear about their pastimes with Krishna, Vraj Lok, and also reside in Vraja. Okay, Kuryad Vasam Vraje Sada, and remain in Vraja. Okay, either physically if possible, otherwise mentally. This much was told till now. Now further practice of this sadhana, internal and external practice. सेवा साधक रूपेण सिद्ध रूपेण चात्रिः तद्भावलिप्सुना कार्य व्रजलोका अनुसारतः. Yes, Mataji, please
following,
read. Yeah.
following after the inhabitants of Vrajaloka Anusruta, one should perform service, seva hi karya, in one's physical body, sadhaka rupena, and in one's siddha body, siddha rupena cha, with a desire for a particular bhava, tad bhava lipsuna, bhakti rasamritsuna.
Yeah. So now Rupa Goswami is saying in the next verse that he should follow the inhabitant of Vraja, Vrajloka Anusaratah. He should follow the particular Vrajavasi. How? In 2 ways. First way is Sadhak Rupa in the form which he is having now physically. He has some form in that he should be able to do service. Okay, serve for that particular Vrajavasi. Second, Siddha Rupena. Second is in his contemplated, conceived. Okay, so I am not using the word imagined. Okay, so please understand it's a conceived body. Conceived, what is the difference between conception and imagination? Conception is based on scriptures. Okay, it's based on scriptures as described by scriptures. But imagination is mental imagination without any regard to scriptures. So the particular sadhak has conceived a siddha deha in which also he serves mentally. Whom does he serve? The particular Rajvasi he is attracted to. Okay, and how does he serve? Tadbhava lipsuna karya, by doing his activities, by becoming lipsa. Lipsa means completely absorbed in that particular bhava of the Vrajvasi. Okay, with a desire for a particular bhava. Okay, for attaining that particular bhava of like Mother Yashoda or Lalita, Vishakha or Rushridama, like that. Okay, yeah, please read.
Sadhaka Rupa refers to the physical body of the practitioner. Siddharupa refers to the body which is suitable for one's desired service, and which has been developed by internal meditation.
Yeah, so two of them are explained. What is Sadhak Rupa? The physical body which has one has now, currently. Now he has. This is physical body in which he does service. Second is Siddha Rupa. That is the body which is suitable for one's desired service. Okay, suppose he wants to serve Mother Yashoda. So that particular body is conceived. Okay, one may not know the details of the particular conceived body, but he wants to do service similar to Mother Yashoda. That develops gradually as the heart is purified. How does it develop? By internal meditation. Okay, so as he goes from Nishtha to Ruchi to Asakti, then gradually the meditation is going on increasing and his body, spiritual body is forming more and more completely. And at the stage of Bhava, he is able to establish a full-fledged relationship with Krishna. That's why the stage is called Sthai Bhav. That means he has established a Sthai, that is permanent relationship with Krishna. Okay, at that stage, he has now reached to the spontaneous devotion and he has understood what is the relationship by gradual evolution. Okay, that is the meaning. Yeah, continue.
The idea here is it is simultaneous in the Raganuga Bhakti, not at the same instant, but during the same period. For instance, for some hours he will meditate, and the rest of the day he will chant, read, and do deity service.
Okay, so this it's difficult to understand what he is saying, but what he means here is that when these two bodies are there, right? Previous slide. First was sadhaka deha, physical body. Second is the body which is developed in meditation, which is conceived. Okay, now one may have a doubt which one should I do first? Should they go on parallelly? Should be done one after another? How one should do? That he is explaining. So it is simultaneous in Ragana Bhakti, not at the same, it is simultaneous, and not with the meaning that it is at the same instant. Not that one is thinking about Sadhak Deha and Siddha Deha both at the same time. No, but during the same period it may be, but one after another. For example, for example, he is doing some activity of chanting. So in chanting, he may do his meditation on the body which is Siddha Deha, that is conceived body. Okay, that is Siddha Deha, doing his mental service to particular Vrajvasi and Radha Krishna. And other times he may do some services for the deity in his sadhaka deha, like doing deity worship or cleaning the temple or doing any other thing. Like if you see the example of Shyamanand Pandit, so he was given the service of cleaning the, if you remember in Vrindavan this pastime happened, where he was, I think, cleaning the place, what is that? Sakhi Sthali? No, no, not Sakhi Sthali. What is that? Say, what is that name?
Sevakunj, Sevakunj,
Seva Kunj, yeah, Nidhivan, correct. Yeah, in
Nidhivan.
Nidhivan that place comes, yeah, correct. Seva Kunj. So there he was given that particular service basically, Shamanand Pandit. So even though he was externally doing the sadhaka deha, and at the same time it was his eternal service also. Okay, so for a sadhaka, he may be doing some service physically, by which he will be able to also do meditation on the Siddha Deha in the same time. Okay, but it may not be simultaneously, means in the same instant. Okay, so as one gradually develops more and more understanding of this topic, the details will be clear. These are some details. How he is more comfortable to follow that particular Vrajvasi, that will be clear to them. That at what time he should do meditation on Sadhak Deha or Siddha Deha. Okay, like that. Details will be clear from within. Yeah. So this is a footnote given by Bhanuswami Maharaj on this to clarify what was mentioned. Yeah.
The Siddharupa is given by a guru on the path of Raga Bhakti when he sees the qualification for Raganaga Bhakti and a particular inclination in a particular disciple. Theoretically, this would be a form of an associate of one of the prominent devotees in Vraja with a specific rasa, dasya, sakya, vatsalya, or madhurya.
Yeah. Das is Sakhya. It is not Sakhya. Sakhya.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
dasya,
Yeah.
sakya, vatsalya, or
Yeah.
madhurya.
Yeah, so here he is saying that the Siddha Rupa is given by Guru. Okay, as we studied in Siddha Pranali Mantra. But at the same time, it is also possible to get it by internal meditation, by as it was told in the Antah Pantha, or the internal path. Correct. In the external path, it is given by Guru. Okay, and which was misused gradually. Okay, Siddha Pranali Mantra is given all that, but it was misused. So for us, Srila Prabhupada and Bhaktivedanta Thakur have given internal path, that is gradual purification by chanting, and then once Siddha Rupa will be developed by gradual purification of heart. And then theoretically, what kind of forms will be given or one will be getting revealed is Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, like that. Yeah, continue.
Along with the form, specific dress and service for Krishna throughout the day would be given. However, forms of Manjaris, assistant to the Sakhis of Radha, seems to be the most prominent forms given. The details are given in works by Gopal Guru Goswami, Dhyanachandra Goswami, and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur.
Yeah, so again, same thing he's saying that what kind of form and a specific dress, the Ekadashi Bhav, what is his service, what is his dress, what is his age, all these 11 aspects are given by the Guru in Siddha Pranali Mantra, the external method, which is mentioned where in, as I told, Gopal Guru Goswami and Dhyan Chandra Goswami, Gaur Govind Archana Smarana Paddhati. Okay. However, what kind of forms are generally given? Because all of our acharyas, if you see, they are the manjaris, all the Shad Goswamis, Rupa Goswami, Rupa Manjari, and Sanatan Goswami, Lavanga Manjari, Rati Manjari, Raghunath Das Goswami, Guna Manjari, all these are manjaris, and the related form like Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Vilas Manjari, like that. So all are manjaris in the subsequent line. So these are the forms which are prominently given. Yeah.
One serves with a desire for the particular bhava or rati of an associate of Krishna situated in Vraja, Tadbhava Lipsuna. One should follow in the footsteps of the dear associate of Krishna in Vraja, Vrajaloka, and others loyal to them.
So now, yeah, returning back to commentary of Jiva Goswami, now he is explaining the third line. So, Seva Sadhak Rupena, Siddha Rupena Chatrihi, Tadbhav Lipsuna Karyad Vrachloga Anusarata. Third line he is explaining. Tadbhav Lipsuna. What is the meaning? One serves with a desire for the particular bhav of the devotee whom he is attracted to. Okay, one should follow in the footsteps, Vrajloka Anusarata. Okay, one should not imitate. One should follow in their footsteps. Yeah.
One should follow after the dear devotees of Krishna, such as Radha, Lalita, Vishakha, Sri Rupa Manjari, and those following after them. Persons such as Sri Rupa and Sanatan Goswamis, Vrajalo- Vrajalokanusarita. Accordingly, one should perform mental service in one's Siddha Rupa, following after the example of Sri Radha, Lalita, Vishakha, Sri Rupa Manjari and others.
Yeah. So, here he is saying that one should follow after dear devotees, Nij Prestha Jana, correct? Preshtham Nij Samihitam, okay. Devotees such as Radha Rani, Krishna, sorry, Lalita, Vishakha, Shri, Rupamanjari, etc. Okay, and those following after them, persons such as Rupa and Sanatan Goswami. So you can see here clearly two distinctions are there. One are the associates of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and one category is the devotees who are the Vrajvasis. Okay. So there is a parallel. Like Rupa Manjari appeared as Rupa Goswami. Lavang Manjari appeared as Sanatan Goswami. So they are parallel to each other. So the Vrajavasis one should follow in Siddha Deha, which is not to be imitated in Sadhaka Deha. So this is a very important point that Vrajavasis like Radha, Lalita, Vishakha, Rupa Manjari and all should be followed in one's Siddha Deha only in the internal meditation. However, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and associates should be followed in what? In one's Sadhaka Deha, like how they used to do their service, like Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, how they would conduct their day, like that one has to do in his sadhak deha, in the current body. So one should not imitate the Siddha Deha activities of Vrajavasis, like they don't have any guru, they don't follow Ekadashi. In the Sadhak Deha, one should not bring from here to here. Okay, that should not be done. That will be explained. Yeah, continue.
In one's physical body, one should perform service using one's body, following after persons such as Rupa and Sanatan Goswamis situated in Braja. By the
Physical body means what? Sadhak
sa-
Deha. Okay, in Sadhak Deha, one should follow the examples like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's associates. Yeah, continue.
by the word Brajaloka, one should understand persons situated in Braja, Radha, Chandravali, and the others. Following after them, one should perform service using one's physical body also.
Yeah. Okay. So Vrajaloka Anusarata means per- uh, one should understand persons situated in Vraja, the Vrajavasis, the Ragatmika Bhaktas. Who are they? Examples are given. Radharani, Chandravali, Rupa Manjari, Sanatan Goswami is Lavang Manjari, Guna Manjari, Vilas Manjari, all these devotees. Okay. Following after them, one should perform service using one's physical body also. Okay. Following after, not imitating. Yeah. One cannot imagine. Now, a Siddhadeha cannot be imagined. As it was discussed, one has a genuine greed for a particular Vrajavasi. So, he should be awakening it gradually by the purification of heart. Okay, but a qualified practitioner should conceive. Okay, one Siddhadeha based on the teachings of scripture in conjunction with one's inclination and greed. Based on his inclination and greed, one can conceive a Siddhadeha and practice under the guidance of Guru based on scripture. Yeah. This is from Shuddha
Salankaji.
Bhakti Chintamani by Shivram Swami Maharaj. Yeah, continue.
The dangers of imagining one's spiritual form, Siddhadeha, cannot be overstated. Spiritual life is a matter of revelation, something that comes gradually through prolonged, unceasing effort. Such efforts must be made in line with the authorized disciplic succession.
So this is a very important statement. How much is the danger in imagining and imitating something or doing sahajiyaism? It cannot be overstated. Okay. So it is full of dangers and one will surely spoil his life by imagining something. Okay. Yeah.
If bhava has not awakened in a devotee, neither has awareness of his or her spiritual form. Imagining a spiritual form can never invoke love for Krishna. Rather, because such an artificial attempt is offensive to devotion, it further covers a person's dormant prema. Here is a nice example to elucidate his point. Once a pseudo devotee took up residence near Gaurkishore Das Babaji and to impress visiting pilgrims loudly imitated the sound of a person in ecstasy. Babaji Maharaj told the man, just as a barren woman cannot give birth by imitating the sounds of labor, you cannot bring forth pure love for Krishna by imitating the sounds of ecstasy.
Hmm.
In other words, no amount of imagination can cause the fruit of perfection to ripen. Only Krishna's mercy can do that. Devotees must make themselves fit for Krishna's mercy by service and surrender if they wish to receive knowledge of their spiritual identity.
Okay. So we will pause here and continue next week. Okay. So if there is any question on this, you can ask what we discussed till now.
Prabhuji, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah. Yeah.
Prabhuji, that regarding Raganuga Bhakti, that statement was there that in the Sadhaka Deha, one practices and then he comes to the Raganuga platform, right?
Hmm.
Hmm. So previously you mentioned that those Babajis of Vrindavan used to give Siddha Deha to a disciple. That I cannot understand. How without practice they were avoiding Siddhadeha.
Yeah. Uh, that is because the previously the devotees like in the line of Vakreshwar Pandit, Gopal Guru Goswami, and Dhyanchandra Goswami, they were very qualified gurus at the stage of prema, and they could directly see in the spiritual world that what is this person's swarupa actually, and they could tell that okay, your swarupa is this, you should take up this form and meditate, and then you will attain it. But gradually, as the people were trying to, they were not so qualified to give Siddha Pranali Mantra and Siddha Deha, but just trying to fake it and trying to show them they are very great gurus, but at the same time being attached to illicit activities and smoking and all, and not qualified to do such things. So then it was discontinued by Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur and Prabhupada. That's how.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, they were so much advanced that they could see. Yeah. Yes, Sri Gangaputra Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji. Prabhuji, like regarding this Siddha Rupa, like two ways you explained nicely. One is by we can get from Guru, and other is by practicing, by chanting, hearing, one can know his one Swarupa, and that has to be like, received from Guru only ultimately. You have
Not
to, he
received
will
from Guru
authorize,
in the sense.
like he has to authorize or something.
He
He
has
will
to
be
authorize.
confirmed,
Correct.
something like that.
Confirm. Correct. Correct.
So,
And then further guide.
Prabhuji,
Yeah.
so ultimately, so looks that Guru's involvement is very much required in this case to
Hmm.
understand one Swarupa. Guruji, we see that sometimes a person comes in Krishna consciousness, follows Bhakti very nicely, eventually gets the Diksha, and over a period of times, like some cases we see that they don't follow the Guru, but they see that Prabhupada is the only Guru, and they follow strictly Prabhupada. In this case, how they will know their Swarupa, how
No,
it goes
following
on.
strictly Prabhupada means you have to follow this part also. That Prabhupada
Yeah,
told
yeah,
to follow his disciple.
good, good.
It's a parampara.
Yeah,
Na? How is he following strictly without following
yeah,
this
then,
part? So basically, Prabhupada said that just like I am Guru for you, you will be Guru for the next generation, and they will be my grand disciple. So directly somebody is trying to follow Prabhupada, then it is not proper. It's not parampara. Parampara is one should follow his Guru. Okay, not that jump over his Guru. Like Prabhupada said, don't jump over me to his
yeah,
disciples. That same thing is applying to next generation. Don't jump over your Guru. That is very understandable. So that's what we don't know what is the motive of that person, why he may be doing like that. Okay, we don't have to judge him, but we can understand that we have to follow the teachings of Prabhupada as given. Okay. So what are the final question? One part was this. What is the question then? How
yeah.
he will be?
So the question goes, Prabhuji, like, what about such a kind of devotees or people, whether they will able to know their Swarupa because they are not
No,
following
that
Guru?
we don't have to judge others what they will be able to do. Okay, we can see our practice and understand the concepts and learn in our life and apply in our life. Okay, until unless they are somebody who are under our guidance and they are asking guidance from us, we don't have to get into their lives. Okay, Praji.
Yeah, not like understanding, just for broad understanding, I'm asking question,
Broad
not
understanding
judging
I
others,
told, yeah. Yeah, broad
not
understanding
judging
is that
others.
one has to follow his guru just like parampara that I explained. Okay, that is a broad understanding in general concept. Specific, we don't have to get in anybody's life. Okay, he may be something doing genuinely. We never know. Okay, so we don't have to judge them. Okay, so there are so many things which he may be doing genuinely. We don't know. Externally, it may be looking like that. Okay, so but in broad, I said, yeah, one has to follow as given by Prabhupada. Yeah, Prabhupada told for managerial purposes, follow GBC, and for spiritual purposes, follow Siksha Guru, Diksha Guru, like that. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, Aruna Mataji.
Prabhuji, can you please show that slide where we discuss the definition of Siddha, Sadhaka body and Siddha body? Deha, basically.
This
Yes,
one.
this one. The next
Ah,
one, Prabhuji. Yes, this one.
hmm,
Prabhuji, can you please explain this part, like Siddha Rupa, which has been developed by internal meditation,
hmm.
and you also later on in other slides you use the word conceived.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I could not understand how this has to be, internal. How does it actually come by internal meditation means?
Yeah, that's explained earlier, na, that qualifications first should be there, that he should be attracted to particular rasa, and then in that rasa also, when he having more greed, then it will be focused on one particular person in that rasa. Let's take the example of Mother Yashoda. That okay, that person was attracted to Mother Yashoda. So now he will want to serve Krishna in the similar mood of Vatsalya Ras by either assisting Mother Yashoda or becoming another Gopi in Vraja. So that inspiration will come in his heart, which has to be confirmed by Guru. And then after confirmation, he will start meditating that based on scripture again. So scriptures described in 10th canto. Like if you read na 10th canto, Prabhupada has written in one purport while describing the form of Mother Yashoda, he will say that those desiring to serve in Vatsalras should meditate on Mother Yashoda's form, which is described in that shloka. Okay, so like that, he will read the scriptures and understand how he should conceive based on the scripture and teaching of Prabhupada and subsequent acharyas or previous acharyas, like that. Okay, so he will understand by his inspiration in the heart as he reads. Okay, this is the one thing I should meditate upon. This kind of service I can meditate upon. Okay, or something, what a particular things are there, that will be revealed gradually as one has more and more purification of heart. Okay, so that's how it is. Internal meditation means the formation of that particular Siddha Deha in which he wants to eternally serve Krishna. That is internal meditation.
So it is basically somewhere in our head, if I say in simple language. It is not actually manifested right now, right, Prabhuji? When we are in sadhak deha.
Yeah, it is not manifested in the sense materially. It is already
Mhm.
being manifested because in spiritual world there is no past, present, and future. What we will do in future is already present, always present there. Yeah, so it is being conceived. It is in the formation, process of formation now. As we are meditating, it will be formed like that. It's not imagination
Again,
at the same time. Yeah, it's not something imagination. Just like we understand the example of that Brahmana who was like in his meditation cooking the sweet rice, then he inserted his finger and actually his finger got burnt. So it's not imagination, but it's happening. Only thing it is in meditation.
so do we say like that? Suppose somebody is having a sakha form in spiritual world, especially in Goloka Vrindavan. So because our body, our spiritual body is already there when we perfect our sadhana. So it's just that it is revealed to us that yes, we do have a similar or maybe a sakha body there.
Hmm.
And I mean, just knowing that fact, then we practice being in sadhaka deha also. So does this mean, Prabhuji, that we only are aware of a swarupa there? This is what we called as siddha rupa deha.
Yeah. Basically, what you are thinking is in the right direction, but uh, it's not fully correct. The statement is not fully correct. It's in the right direction. So what it is one is doing a sadhana. Sadhana means that he is attaining something. Okay. Uh, Sadhana, as we understood, the definition of sadhana is what? To attain bhava. Correct. That is definition of sadhana bhakti. Goal is to attain bhava bhakti. What is bhava bhakti? Sthai bhava, relationship with Krishna. So we are doing some intentional practice with our senses to attain something which is going to be eternal. Okay. Now is it there? No, now it is not there. We have to develop it by practice. Okay. Now where it is? It is there with Krishna. Nitya siddhasya bhavasya prakatyam hridi sadhyata. It is nitya siddha, it is there with Krishna. But it will be gradually manifested in our heart as we practice and become qualified. Okay. So we have to, it's in our hand to practice and get that conceived form fully manifested. It is in our form. Okay, one should not think that it will automatically happen because it's already there. Okay, that is wrong understanding. It's not in the sense that already there. We have to make it happen that it is already there. Okay, see, it's difficult to use words to explain something of the spiritual world. It is already there, but we have to make it happen. Okay, it's already present because it is everything in the spiritual world is present, ever present. But I have to use the word that you have to intentionally practice and make it happen. Okay, that is what it is. Okay, it is has to be practiced and then it will be fully manifest at a certain time in material world. But from the point of view of spiritual world, it is already there. That's how it is.
What does this make it happen, Prabhuji? I mean, I don't know. I think it's not completely clear to me still.
Yeah, it will not be clear completely. Yeah, it will
Okay.
not be clear completely. It has to be because it is spiritual matter and it has to be practiced, and then one will get complete clarity on it from inside only. Nobody from outside can make it completely clear for you. Okay, that's
That is
I'm not
that.
saying from my own thing. It is there in Jaya Dharma, chapter 15. I can show that quote. He says that these spiritual matters. Okay, I will show it and end the session with that only. Okay. In the spiritual matters, one cannot do like this. Okay. You were saying something. You can continue. I will show by that time. Yeah.
Prabhuji, what I was saying that I'm not trying to understand because I know Siddha Swarupa will only be revealed once a person is qualified. But what
Correct.
I am trying to understand here is like, is uh, it's just something that I cook in my mind?
No, no.
I mean,
There is
we
difference between imagining and conceiving. That's
or
what I told.
maybe
Yeah.
or can we say it like it'll be revealed? Like the form is there,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
at the right
Yeah.
time it will be revealed to you. Is it so?
Correct. Correct. Yeah.
And
It will
that
be revealed.
revelation
Yeah.
and that revelation is called that now uh, we have an idea of that revelation. Okay, I have such form there. So now in being in Siddha body also, sorry,
Hmm.
Sadhaka body
Hmm.
also, I have to practice accordingly, keeping in mind that yes, I have that swarup there. I
No,
don't
no,
know if
no.
I make
Not
myself.
I have it there. I will have it there. When we are speaking in material, I will have it there by
You
my
will have
practice,
that.
intentional practice. I will manifest it. Okay. Yeah. Like that
Also,
it is.
so it's completely opposite then, Prabhuji. You are saying, suppose I want to have a particular rasa in the spiritual world,
Hmm.
so I will, for okay. Then, in order to situate in a Raganuga Bhakti, I need to be attracted by a specific personality having the same rasa, right?
Hmm.
And then gradually, by following in the footsteps of that particular personality, through my sadhana,
Hmm.
through my sadhana, maybe I am expressing it to Krishna that I want to have that rasa, and
Hmm.
accordingly, he will award me with the right kind of spiritual body. So by
Yeah.
my sadhan, by my desire, I'm creating, or then it will
Hmm.
be given to me by Krishna. Can we say it like that?
Yeah. Yeah. Correct. It is like that. By the mercy of Krishna and devotees, तेषां शतयुक्तानां भजतां प्रीतिपूर्वकं ददामि बुद्धियोगं तं येन माम् उपयान्ति. By that, Krishna is giving it to us. By our sincerity in practice, it will manifest gradually. If we are properly following the path given by our gurus and scriptures, like that, it will manifest.
And
Yeah.
one contradictory thing comes here,
Hmm.
Prabhuji. Like we say, we are because we are spiritual beings. See, we
Hmm.
already have a
Yeah.
form there. I mean,
Yeah,
then
you already have it. That's what I'm saying. What it means is the eternally perfected form is already there in the sense that that is there in spiritual world. It's always in present tense. So from material world point
okay.
of view, we cannot understand it actually. Okay, so that's why it is said in that way that it's already present. Okay, it is there, Nitya Siddha, it's already there, but you have to manifest it. You have to attain it. That is the meaning.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay, so I will just show those who are getting late can leave. So as I was saying that in the spiritual world everything is in present and we cannot understand fully from our own. The clarity will not be there. Okay, read from here.
In discussing this issue, please be very careful. Giving up the unavoidable inferiority of words develops spiritual understanding. The Vaishnavas say that forgetting its Swarupa as the eternal servant of Krishna, the Jiva became bound by Maya. But everyone knows that the Jiva is eternal and of two types, eternally bound, Nityabadha, and eternally liberated, Nityamukta. Because humans are subject to limited understanding, pramada, such statements referring to time are made. The wise person realizes the spiritual truth by spiritual samadhi. My words are material. Whatever I say will be contaminated. You will have to realize the pure truth. Logic is of no use because logic cannot be used concerning inconceivable matters. I know that you cannot suddenly accept this concept completely. When spiritual cultivation increases in your heart, you will easily understand that spiritual nature is completely different from matter. Your body is material, all activities of the body are material, but you are not material. You are a particle of consciousness. The more you know yourself, you can realize your Swarupa as something superior to matter. You cannot attain it if I merely say it to you. Just by hearing, you cannot attain it. As you cultivate the name and your spiritual nature manifest, you will perceive the spiritual world. Words and mind arise from a relationship with matter. No matter how much they try, they cannot touch the spiritual object. The Vedas say,
यतो वाचो निवर्तन्ते अप्राप्य मनसा सह.
should I read further
Yeah,
also?
yeah.
My advice is that you do not
No, no,
ask
you missed
anyone.
the first line.
Oh, sorry. Words and wine cannot approach the Lord. Taittiriya Upanishad. My advice is that you do not ask anyone the conclusion on this topic, but realize it yourself. I have given only a guideline.
Okay. Basically, question was related to the Jiva's Swarupa in the spiritual world and Jiva's coming to material world. So it's a spiritual topic. So spiritual concept can be applied. So same thing is saying. So as you cultivate the name and spiritual nature manifest, you will perceive the spiritual world. So your Swarupa you will perceive. So nobody can give you complete clarity on it. Okay. Like that is
Okay.
what it is. Okay. It has to be personally done. Okay. And it's not that we can understand the whole thing in one lecture or one shot. One has to gradually again and again hear and practice. It will be becoming more and more clear.
Do you have time, Prabhuji? Shall I ask one more thing?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So in continuation, like you explained the example of Shaman and
Pandit. Yeah.
Prabhu. Yeah,
Mm,
Shaman and Pandit Prabhu.
mm.
So we discussed that Siddha, the practice in sadhana bhakti and the activities of Siddha Swarupa should go parallelly. There was a line where it was
Yeah,
mentioned
yeah.
maybe at the same period, but not at the same instant.
Yeah, that
Then
was
you
there
gave
in the
that
next
example.
slide.
Yes, sorry. Then you gave that example.
Uh, yeah, basically in a day, sometime he may do meditation on Sadhak Deha, like performing activities, he following Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, and some other time he may do sit and meditate on the service in spiritual world in his meditation. That is Siddha Deha meditation. In a day it may go on sometime this, sometime that. That's what it is.
Okay, can you also understand by another example, Prabhuji, where Rupa Goswami was meditating and he was saying that, maybe that pastime where Radharani was trying to pick something from the tree and then Krishna was standing or sitting on the branch and then he left it and she was in the air. And then Rupa
Mm.
Goswami laughed, but some person who
Lame
was
Vaishnav. Yeah.
deformed, yeah, that pastime, Prabhuji.
Mm.
So can from that example, can we also understand like when he was meditating, he was, I mean, doing his Siddha Swarupa wala activity and then the rest of the time, maybe while writing or anything else,
Mm.
he was performing
Yeah.
the activities of a sadhaka body.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
is it okay if I say like that?
Yeah. Yeah. It's correct to understand like that. However, we should also put a asterisk marks there and then understand he is already a Nitya Siddha. He is not practicing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
But the example is right. Yeah. One may be doing like that meditation, and at some other time he may be following the acharyas while studying and writing the books. No problem. Yeah.
Okay. And at what time of the day shall a devotee be practicing sadhaka body and the Siddha Swarup? That is, I think, again, we need not understand now. It will
Ah,
be revealed, right?
yeah,
Later
one has
on.
to understand it will be gradually revealed to oneself like this path is as it is not spoon fed. Okay, one has to figure out details of his own service according to his own meditation and revelation from within. Okay, nobody will tell the details of it. The essential things are told like that. Okay.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
What I was just asking was like they do not do it like intentionally that this part I need to meditate and this part I need to actually do other things. It happens automatically, right?
Yeah, it happens automatically, also and intentionally. Means as
Okay.
per one's inclination, he will intentionally practice and balance.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, as per his inclination, he will balance the practice.
Okay, Prabhuji. I'll leave it here, otherwise it
Mm.
will get more confused for me.
Yeah,
Thank you,
gradually
Prabhuji.
we will understand. It's not one place or one day we can understand. Gradually, yeah. Okay.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
कृष्ण प्रभुपाद की जय श्री रूप गोस्वामी पाद की जय श्री भक्ति रसामृत सिंधु की जय